All right, hey guys, welcome back to some crypto. In today's content, we'll talk about BTC. We'll take a look at BTC on a macro basis. We'll take a look at it based on Elliott wave and what type of price action, corrections, or type of volatility we could be expecting going into the second half of 2024 and all that good stuff. All right, so we'll start off with the macro correction we had back in 2021. I said it multiple times when the price action was dropping from like a 20k, from like a 69k all the way down to the 20k area in 2021, right? What we said was like the entire move right here was not an impulsive move. It was a correction move. So, and whenever you get a correction move, the next move you're going to let's say you get a correction move to the downside, the next move you're expecting possibly going to be or even potentially going to be an impulsive move. So that's why on our way down from like a 20 back in 2021, from like a 69k 70k area all the way down to the 20s 15k area, we said it was a correction. So, and if you recall, in most of our videos, what we were saying was like, you don't want to count the downtrend as an impulsive move, because if you do, you're going to miss the next big run. Why? Because if you basically counted the entire move down as a impulsive move, 1 2 3 4 5, you would be like, the next move to the upside going to be a correction, and then you're going to be looking for another move to the downside. And that's what we avoided when we were coming down, and we said it clearly. All the bears most likely going to be missing the next big move until we hit 69 to 70k, and they're going to be like, it is just a retest of the top, and then we're gonna get the big flat correction. We said it a long time ago. We said it back when BTC was like a 15k 16k area. In my premium, we said let's just accumulate between 19 to a 16k. Don't worry about anything below 15k, because that's not your business. Your business is to accumulate at the 50% pullback, at the quarterly 21 EMA, at the monthly 100 EMA, all those moving averages, basically not just based on Elliott wave, but those moving averages was saying like, hey, you likely, okay, with 80 to 95% probability, you are at the bottom. Okay, so we basically started to accumulate BTC right here at 19k down to a 16k area, right? But going back to the Elliott wave analysis, right? So now we got a very impulsive move, right? So no one can say this move it is a WXYXZ, right? Because it is not a correction, it is an impulsive move, right? As you can see, we got our wave 1 to the upside with a 5-way structure, 1 2 3 4 and 5. We got our double correction right here, ABC. We said it long time ago, back in 2023. We said this could be our wave 2. However, I wasn't sure if the wave 2 was going to be a double top, double bottom. So we said, even if it drops down to 20k, it is still going to be part of the wave 2, and we're going to be looking for our wave 3. But since at that time we didn't break out above 31, 32k, it was nearly impossible to know if this was going to be our wave 2 or not. So as soon as we broke out above the 31k 32k area right there back in October 2023, what we said was like, that is it, we have completed our wave 1, right, with a double correction right here for our wave 2. Now we're going to be looking for our wave 3. And if you recall, right after we broke out above 31 32k, what was our biggest target? 1.618 extension up to 79 to 81k. How did we get that target? If you do a swing low, if you take your fib extension, right, for Leroy, let me show you how to get your fib extension. You click right here, and then you take the you click on your trend based fib extension, okay, and you do a swing low just about like a 15.5. You don't have to be exact, and your swing high just about like a 31.5. Click it again, right, and click again right around like 24.7 Leroy, right? So if you do that, you're going to get your extension to the upside, 1.618. You're going to get multiple extensions right along the way, but you don't care about none of these, right? You just focus on your biggest extension right here, which is your 1.618 extension, and it is at, based on our trend based on our extension, it is at 79K area. Okay, 79, I like to say 79 to 81 just to cover the 80K area, right? However, you know, price action did not get up to that level. All right, sometimes you might miss it by like a few points or like a few percentage and all that good stuff, but the context was like, once you break out above your wave 2 correction, right, you're going to get another impulsive move. Okay, that's why we stayed bullish, right, since like October. Even though we got, you know, a big move to the downside, like let's say 23% move from like a 73 down to like a 57K area, we still stayed bullish along the way down and said exactly, just, you know, keep an eye on the 60K support. Don't worry about anything below 60K because price action may not stay below 60K for more than a week. Okay, so, and it did not, no single weekly candle closed below 60K, right? The last weekly candle that closed below 60K was like back in February 2024. Okay, just about like a 3 month ago. Okay, all right, so now we are on our wave 3. So what to look for next? Okay, so we haven't clearly, okay, not hit our 79-81K area. However, it is close enough, right, to say, okay, our wave 3 is right here. Okay, as of now, that's the only thing we can say. Okay, it could go higher, or it could basically break out 79, came back down to 70K and all that good stuff. But the context is like, you just want to get your impulsive move to the upside. So what we're looking for right now is like, this correction right here could potentially be our wave 4 correction, right? Even though it did not hit 79. Remember, 79K was just a directional target. It is not like a final target. Price action could have gone all the way up to 100K. Okay, just like what happened back in 2020. If you guys remember right here, what we said, this was our wave 1, right? 3K up to basically 14K, our wave 2 right here, and we were looking for our 1.618 extension. After we broke out above like a 12K, 13K, what we said, we're going all the way up to 44K. How? Because we use our extension tool, swing low to swing high, right? Down to swing low. And 1.618 extension was somewhere around like a 44K right there. And we did not even hit 44K because, you know, we got rejected somewhere around like a 41K. So it is pretty much similar to what we just, you know, what we just printed right here. Instead of hitting like a 79K, we just hit like 73K and corrected. So same exact move, okay? But it doesn't mean like, you know, BTC going to pump, you know, another 20% and top out, right? Because the timing is not the same, but we will talk about it in another video, okay? So now what we're looking for right here for the wave 4 correction, potentially, right? So we have to take a look at it now deeply on a 3D basis. So if you take a look at it on a 3D basis, it already printed, you know, you could call it a flat, you could call it a wedge pattern, whatever you want to call it, but it already printed a clear, you know, wedge pattern, right? Which is the simplest pattern you could basically use in this area, okay? So now we could say like, okay, it is going to be breaking out potentially, right, over the next like a few days if it breaks out above the 72K area, okay? Especially if we can close the monthly, right, May above 72, that is going to be super bullish on the macro basis, right? Because if you take a look at the quarterly basis, we opened the quarterly somewhere around like a 71K. So closing the quarterly time frame above 72 will flip our candle bullish, and most people are not paying attention to that, right? So, but we got few more months to go before closing, few more weeks to go before closing the quarterly basis. Okay, so we got one, you know, actually 2 more months, April, May, June. Okay, so we got another month actually to close the quarterly basis, right? So Leroy, so but the most important right now, as I said, is the monthly time frame right here. We just have to close the monthly above you know, above 71, 72K area. The higher the better, okay? Before we can get a more volatile price action above you know, 80K, 100K and all that good stuff, okay? If for whatever reason it doesn't basically break out above the 71, 72 over the next like a few weeks, it could print another big flat correction where price action could be choppy for the next like a few weeks or even like a few months, okay, going into Q4 2024. All right, so and we could basically print the same pattern we printed right here with the wedge pattern. Started back in April 2023, right, down to June, and then pump back up, right, somewhere around like a 32k around like a July, and then bottom in September. It was nearly a 5 to 6 month correction depending on where you start the correction phase, but it was at least a 5-month correction. As of now, we only got what, less than 3 months, right? We picked in, you know, March 13th, right, and it is still in a correction phase, right? So let's say we pick somewhere around here and, you know, fail to break out above 72. Just give it some room to breathe, right? Because if we do not break out above 72 over the next like a few weeks, it could definitely be coming back down to the 60k area. Okay, however, I'm not looking for anything below 60k. Even if price action dips below 60k, let's say 59, 57, 56, so on, right? I'm not looking for anything around this area because we got multiple supports, right, in terms of like a moving averages, right? You got your 3D 50. As of now, it is somewhere around like a 58. It is going to be moving higher, right, over the next like a few days. It could be flattening and be somewhere around like a 60 to you know, 61 to 59k area. And at the same time, we got our 3D 100 EMA right there, and most likely it is going to be joining the party over the next like a few weeks if we do not you know, get a clear breakout above you know, 72k area. Okay, so that's the only thing I can see right now. And once we take out the 72, 70k area, the easiest thing to do, as I just said, is just to do some extensions. Okay, and the best extension to use is like the 1-to-1 extension as of now, based on this pattern. Because if you think about it, right, if you do a swing low to swing high and then you extend it to the upside, right, from 32k, you can see like we just hit what, our 69k and so on, right? So if we extend it again from our current low right there, just by like a 50, 56, 57k, it'll take us somewhere around like over 100k, just by oversimplifying things and not overcomplicate things. Okay, so just by doing 1-to-1 extension from the lows, right, you can see like we could easily get up to like a, you know, over 100k over the next like a few weeks once we take out the 72, 73k area and all that good stuff, right? So that's all I wanted to cover for BTC. You know, let's see how, you know, market will react over the next like a few weeks, especially with the Ethereum ETF and all that good stuff. We could be seeing like a alt season going crazy, you know, over the summer or even like after the summer, depending on if the BTC dominance will be cooling off over the next like a few weeks. As of now, the BTC dominance is around like a 54, 55% and all that good stuff, but it doesn't look like it already picked. So we will see what type of price action we're going to get for BTC, Ethereum, and the BTC dominance. And after that, most likely alt season will be, you know, alt will be going crazy once the BTC dominance starts to cool off and all that good stuff. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.